Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. Guys, we're in match number 5 of a 5v5 season. This is the final season of our compression season, so to speak. Like we're going to get the expansion to our division numbers soon, which means we're going to have more defenses, and it's going to be epic. But this season is kind of just the final, the last hurrah of only having 7 teams on defense plus ships. And so I've made the commitment to only keep 1 Galactic Legend at maximum for offense, so 3 on defense at least, maybe 4 if I can handle it. We're just going full crazy defense. I mean, that's kind of what I'm known for anyways, is just the full middle finger defense, and that's what we're getting. That's what we're doing. That's what all my opponents get. But there are a lot of cool counters that I use on this fight. As you can see, Troopers versus Padme, that does actually happen. You can see I failed 2 attacks. You guys can see what the end results are. So what we're going to do, I'll show you guys my defenses because they attacked first, which is quite accommodating, and I appreciate that about my opponent. And then I'll show you their defenses, then we'll jump into the fights. Before we do any of that, though, guys, I want to have a huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much, and gals, for all of your support through the months. It's been tremendously impactful to this channel. You truly don't know how amazing this has been. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you all so very much. It's been huge. which is what she said. All right. Let's get over to the actual slideshow. Hopefully we're on the right. All right. Yes. Okay. So this is my front zone, guys. And like I said, I put 3 Galactic Legends up, or in. I deployed 3 Galactic Legends. You can see Darth Revan did get a hold. No idea what my opponent used, but you'll see they put a lot on defense. So they probably, I don't know. I just don't know what they used, but they failed on Darth Revan once, failed on Rey with Beskar Mando as well. And then in the top zone, you can see they one-shot the General Skywalker, one-shot General Grievous, and then Padme with Ayla actually got a hold, so that's kind of fancy. In the back, they did not actually attack, at least not at the time I started to attack, but that was fine because I could actually show my stream what was going on. And so that's it. 2 Galactic Legends down. They haven't attacked yet. And the most important part, actually, guys, we have fleet, so I got a hold. I got a complete hold. It's a full hold or something. I don't know. A holdo. No, I don't have holdo there. I don't know why I made that joke. But it's kind of ironic, actually. For how she has hold in her name, it's funny how little she actually does hold. Anyways, we got, I can only imagine it just, you know how fleets are, it spirals out of control. You fail once against Negotiator, and that's it. To finish off the Negotiator, I'm sure they had to use a good fleet, and then they couldn't touch. I do have a High Relic Gauntlet in there. None of that is fluff. It's all really good ships, so if I could clear, I could win. But they did place, as I said, a strong defense, so let's hope we get through it, folks. Here's his defense. So on the front zone, he has a General Skywalker team with the 501st, and Skywalker's actually modded for like territory battles. He's full health, which is not doing my opponent any favors. He is also very fast. He's like 120 something speed. He's got, or plus 120 speed. He's got some offense, but mostly it's just health. That helps in territory battles. Also helps in arena if you run that annoying Bastila lead comp that people are doing with Jedi Master Luke. And then we also have a Jedi or Darth Revan team without Basti, which actually we'll talk about that more, but that's actually a little bit of an issue, which I kind of failed to realize initially. Up top, he has a Padme squad, pretty well modded Padme squad at that, and then Beskar, which, I mean, that's a good squad as well, and a Grievous squad. I mean, it's the whole thing, guys. All good defense. After scouting my opponent, I was pretty sure that they had actually put at least one Galactic Legend in the back too. So we've gotta find some kind of good solutions to these front zones here. Now, so I decided to go with Bounty Hunters against this Darth Revan team, and I'll show you guys, we'll cut to the video in just a minute, but I wanted to talk for just a second about that decision, and it's just that we have, I could use Bosk here. I think Bosk is the strongest choice, but I decided to go with Aurra Singh instead, because you get a free kill on Darth Revan, and this only works if all of your bounty hunters are faster than Darth Revan and company. So this is a pretty slow Darth Revan. All of my bounty hunters, or Bosk and Grief rather, are faster, and that's all you need for the Aurra or Bosk counter. Both of them are pretty high percentage. I'll show you guys the fight though. I went for Aurra because we can get an instant kill on Darth Revan, and Bosk, I think, well, I'll just show you guys. Hold on. Let me actually get to it, folks. It's gonna start with some pretty weird, like corrupted data file. Alright, so looks pretty awkward, right? Really frustrating, actually. I cut the video and then it corrupted. So it's about to start though. The actual video is going to start and then it'll be pretty again. So jump in with Aurra lead. You can do Frenzy with Frenzy Taunt with Bosk. Have Grief do a mass assist on the guy who's taunting, the Sith Empire Trooper. And then I had to decide who did I want to hit here. And Marauder is kind of available to hit. Just, I mean, he's minus, what, 75% defense and everything, or armor. And so I figured maybe we can take him out just because he has all those stacks. He also has 6 stacks here. Maybe I could execute him. We've already got our contract, though, so we're just waiting for Mando to go. We can execute Darth Revan. So we've cut the head off of this team, which is super nice. That was almost guaranteed. And now we have to try to kill Sith Marauder if we can, or HK. I wasn't sure what to do, though. And so note all of the crazy buffs I have on this team. The buffs will go up as well. It makes Marauder super tanky, though. That's actually something I hadn't really foreseen, was how all of the buffs that I have are just making him super strong. And then every time I do a mass assist, he gets full turn meter. So not necessarily the best situation, and I can't land a debuff on him. I try to have Grief assist, and he just never lands days, never ever. Even though he totally could have, and he's minus 75% tenacity here. All of my buffs are probably, I think that gives him tenacity. I have to remember, but they killed Aurra, not unexpected. Bosk is on death's door, though, and Marauder's not that close, so we're 2 away from being able to at least execute someone. And Marauder almost died there. Once again, couldn't get the days off, and now we don't have the buff to be able to finish someone off with Mando. We can't even target someone different than Malak, so because his whatever it's called is gone, the ability to target someone else, Hunter's Resolve, I forget now. But yeah, this Marauder, I'll tell you what, guys, I think if I had brought Bosk, we would have been just fine, but we just weren't. We just got slaughtered. Really frustrating, actually. I was pretty confident going into this, and I think that Marauder, man, I think it was too strong. If we had taken Bosk, it would have been too tanky. He wouldn't have been able to do so much. So immediately started off with a loss. Jump in with Night Sisters. They're kind of my designated cleanup crew at this point. So now we can maybe kill Marauder. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's just going to tank my entire everything. I say that kind of ironically. I'm so frustrating, man. Malak actually has quite a bit of tenacity here, but I managed to land a bunch. I don't even think Talzin has a ton of potency. I think I just got really good RNG there. So that was fancy of me. I mean, Night Sisters are great against Malak. Against any Darth Revan cleanups, against most cleanups, honestly, guys, if you kill the lead, then usually Night Sisters can finish the job. So the bounty hunter one, I feel like that was pretty high percentage. Maybe I got a little bit bad RNG, and maybe I'm pretty sure I just played it wrong as well. Kept targeting Marauder. Probably should have killed everyone else and just let Marauder do his thing. I don't know. I also couldn't land debuffs on him. Frustrating time, but anyways, Malak, he's got tenacity down. We can stun him. We've got control. And at the end of the day, Zombie actually cost me 2 banners. Everyone else was in perfect health and everything, and protection. So, finished that one off finally. Have to figure out what to do against this General Skywalker. Decided to go with Commander Luke here. And after we debated for a while, I have the choice to put guard on Chupio or on Commander Luke. And I was thinking I wanted to put guard on Chupio just because I didn't want days on him, but decided to just go old school. After we debated a while on Gambit Fight Night, we just Commander Luke is more vital to the team. You want him to not get crit by General Skywalker when he stands up, if possible. So that was in the end the rationale. Plus, Chupio actually has quite a bit of natural tenacity anyways. Just because I have him with, what, like 120 natural tenacity, and then, or modded tenacity, of course, but then he gets a bunch from Commander Luke and everything. So, anyways, I have a decent chance to resist General Skywalker's forays into days with me. Managed to get an AoE off with Chupio. Didn't quite kill both clones, but this is pretty standard for this comp. And you can see we're just destroying this General Skywalker. Not even close. This was actually probably the highest banner win I've ever had against General Skywalker with Commander Luke. 56, pretty solid, and now we get to see what's in the back zone. Haven't done that counter much, guys, but nice to have that as an option. You have to remember, if you're putting 3 Galactic Legends on defense, you really need teams that are flexible like that, like Commander Luke there, and yeah, that was pretty nice. So, Rey's in the back, and then a Mothra team. We'll look closer at their Mothra team later, but it's a pretty weird one. Now, guys, you guys have all known, it's been well documented, we're actually speeding this match up because it's been well documented. My Mothra team keeps losing to General Grievous, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm pretty sure we can, as long as we can full clear, we get the win. So we're going to keep sciencing it. We want another data point. And once again, guys, this is so frustrating. It used to be automatic, just automatic that my Mothra team would win. Now it's not winning, and I need to figure it out. So what I've done in the meantime, actually, last night, I've already, since then, I've changed things up. So, small spoiler, I lose here. Again, so stupid. But, oh man, I was hoping I could at least kill B2, or B1 here, but no such luck. What I've done in the interim, guys, I put a ton of tenacity on the whole team. So we're gonna try that. All right, so Padme, we're gonna just stop with that Grievous team for now, because, gosh, I'm frustrated. But we're gonna try troopers here. So what we want to do, we need to make sure we're not assisting a lot. So no range trooper and no Gideon, because here, let me just pause it real quick. You don't want Gideon here because what'll happen is he can't reduce their turn meter anyways, and what'll end up happening is, like, they can't have bonus turn meter and they can't have it reduced. So it'll just reduce all of my turn meter and not reduce theirs. So obviously that's not what we want. So, I mean, he can armor shred, that's fine. But otherwise, it puts you at a pretty severe disadvantage. So you don't take Gideon unless you're somehow outsped. But you don't want to do any kind of assisting to each other either. So you don't take range trooper. You just want dark trooper to punch things, is basically the start and finish. So you can see dark trooper here. You also don't want to do an AoE, because the second you do an AoE, it hits other characters and it crits them, which makes General Kenobi Kenobi taunt, which you also don't want to have happen. You want to kill Anakin first. So just do a basic here, and now we can go in and punch Anakin. None of these are going to be crits, though. So you could actually just punch him. Kenobi doesn't taunt. And then, I guess just finish Anakin if he's that close. So Anakin's gone. Now we can dispel if we want with Piet. We can just do a basic, whatever. Kenobi's already taunting. He'll probably taunt again if we do use the dispel. So just do a basic here. And Dark Trooper jumps in, says, I can help. I got tired of not doing AoEs, apparently, so I did that AoE and played with the idea of maybe just using the Dark Trooper, whatever you call it, the death mark. You can see here, Kenobi still has the same amount of turn meter. I paused it for just a sec. He has the same amount of turn meter. He had to stagger because we can't reduce his turn meter with under Padme lead. So took out Kenobi really fast. She's immune to crits. Dark Trooper says he doesn't care, and now the route's just in full swing. We can just demolish these guys at our leisure with whatever punches we want to use. Dark Trooper, once again, Relic 8, almost 1100 offense, just demolishes yet another team. Really crazy and awesome, and poor old Padme. I don't actually feel that bad, though. So I've ignored Rey long enough. They don't have a very fast Finn. You got to be careful here. And I've actually, I think that I didn't play this one as amazingly as I would have preferred, but there's no tank here that is really that much of a threat to taunt. Holdo can eventually kind of engineer her own taunt, but it takes a while to do that. So what we're trying here, guys, we have to avoid Barriss getting into this loop where she just dispels, and so she dispels debuffs, but Vader makes all of the debuffs stick, or at least the dots stick. And so if Rey goes into her ultimate while Barriss gets a turn, it'll cause an endless loop, because all of the dots on Xaereth are actually, they won't kill her because she can't take damage under that ult, and that'll actually just finish the fight right there. Yeah, you don't want to time out against this team. You got to be careful not to make it so that they have 10 dots when Rey goes into ultimate. That's really the key here. Otherwise, I've kind of been hesitant here. I did my saber toss on Finn, and it didn't even really do that much damage to him. So now we're just trying to figure it out. A couple awkward scenarios. That Merciless Massacre, it took a long time. You can see we've already gone for a minute and a half, and I only got through my first Merciless. But figured I did take Traya here. She's a crutch that I'm going to have to stop using, frankly, because pretty soon she's going to have to lead her own team. Once we've got 4 more teams on offense, 4 more teams on defense, I can't afford to just throw away the entire Sith Triumvirate team. Now, I almost killed Finn there, and now he's in damage immunity. Pretty huge. He's healed quite a bit. You can see, though, we can reduce all this turn meter, or we can reduce Thrawn and his turn meter, so he's not going to give up his fracture. He's been fracturing Rey for a while. So we're just going to keep doing this loop, guys. Can't get ability block on Finn. Frustrating. And I don't have enough dots on Rey. She actually... Did we just miss? Did she just resist everything? That's frustrating, but one way or another, no one... I don't know, I was kind of a hot mess in this fight, to be honest, guys. Just kind of all over the place. You can see Finn has lifeblood, so he's the weakest, so Barriss is going to heal him if she can. So we got to take him out, and so we did. And now... I don't know. We're just going to keep going. Just going to keep going. We have 2 minutes left, and Rey is not that close to death here. Barriss is trying to cleanse people, at least with Vader lead. Like, the Barriss is not that effective, so pretty close to just taking Barriss out. We did, in fact, do it, and now things are looking better. We can survive an ult if we have to, and... honestly, she's got 11 stacks. Like, can we kill Rey here? That's the question. Can we just saber toss and kill her? And the answer is yes. If we hadn't been able to kill her, she'd have just eventually gotten into damage immunity. Really long fracture, actually. Really crazy kind of a silly fight. I was pretty, I don't know, at the end of the day I got a 59, but can I say I'm proud of how I played? Like, I was kind of just wishy-washy about all my decision making here, and kind of frustrating to myself that I did that. Now, I decided, so I have Jedi. Joe Lee is on defense right now, though. So here, we've got a kind of dicey situation. If they kill Revan right away, he doesn't get Savior. So I guess he would if I put him in lead, but they were already turn meter loaded. I did not want to be in the situation where they just got a crazy amount of turns and took me out. So I took Basti for the extra tenacity that she gives the team and bonus protection. And so we got B2 out of there. You'll note that with Barriss, when I took her, I didn't want to actually hit Magna Guard. He was taunting at the time. I didn't want to hit Magna Guard because that could trigger B2, which could trigger a ton of different turns for this Separatist team. You'd want to reduce the number of teams you have. So even though her heal did nothing, it just kind of deferred the turn, kind of. So Barriss is actually, she loves this fight when she can hit B1. And that was a misplay on my end. Luke actually called Hoda to assist for some reason. I'm not sure. Anyways, we can mark on Grievous. To get back to my point about Barriss, it's actually pretty silly and not really worth mentioning, but I've made a big deal of it, so we're going to continue. We're going to forge ahead. Barriss she loves hitting B1 because she does the same amount of damage as any other character. She just takes 8 stacks, just like everyone. So, as I've already said, it's maybe the dumbest point to talk about at length, but what's a man to do? Really, like, I just don't know, guys. Let's pay our extortion on Luke. Just good to be in a habit of doing that. Even against Nute, it does reduce your speed, and you can call assist on the people who have that ability, or who have the extortion, but you just want to get rid of it. It's not a great thing to have, usually. Usually you can afford to pay it, even though it seems like you can't. Always just good to be in the habit. So, we're just messing around with Nute here. Revan. Oh, look at that. Nute actually just shot Revan. Oh, yeah, because I marked him, so he couldn't. All of his cooldowns were increased. Interesting. All right, so 59 or 39 there as a cleanup. Not too bad. Now we have to take out this Bando team. There's also the Mothra team. I did have Sith Eternal, and what I decided was we'd use Sith Eternal here on the Bando team, and then we're going to find out. We need to find out, guys, if I can clear ships, because right now it's a little dicey. We don't know if my opponent's going to attack or not. So what we end up wanting to do, folks, and this is like a greater strategy thing. So there's a Mothra team I really want to try Bo-Katan lead against, because I'll show you guys in a minute. It's a pretty non-traditional, kind of somewhat awful, actually, Mothra team. So I wanted to try Bo-Katan against it, but I wanted to see if I can clear ships. Then I have other teams that can beat the Mothma team if we have to. If that's a necessary component to winning. Of course, we're going to focus and concentrate on winning first, but if we can clear ships, that means that we can clear all the zones and actually be able to still science and try something new. And even if that fails, our score is still going to be good enough to beat a guy who can't clear your own ship zone. So I'm using this Sith Eternal team kind of awkwardly. I marked that IG, and we're not even stealing his protection, really. I don't know what's going on with that, but we also we linked IG, we also linked Bando, and none of it's really like working. We're not doing any damage. I am getting a little closer to the ult. I don't know, maybe I should have linked Queel just because he's a little bit faster. Just not sure, but Nihilus here, I was like, may as well. I want to bring some tanks because we don't have Watt available right now. What did I do with Watt? Oh yeah, he was on the Ray team. Yeah, so we don't have Ray, and I wanted Armorer available to try that Bo-Katan team against Mothra. So Nihilus, of all people, actually finally got a kill before Sith Eternal. So, yeah, very, very awkward play on my end. I won't deny that. Won't deny that fact, folks. But on the other hand, we're doing okay here. So, Sith Eternal's just about to take a turn. He can fry a couple dudes, and then these two are really not going to stand for too long after this. May as well link them and just play with our food a tiny bit. See if they can steal some health and protection from Sith Eternal, just so we can get fewer banners and stuff. I'm sure that was, they appreciated the opportunity. And yeah, Nihilus just sitting in yellow forever because they kept putting dots on him and kept putting shock on him, so he couldn't heal, and he takes 10% damage from dots or whatever. So I don't know. Plus his health pool is so high now, it's hard to actually heal up from that. He's got shock now, so he can't heal again. Kind of just a weird fiasco for Nihilus. He's like, I have 1,000,000,000 billion hit points right now, but damage over times are going to be cruel to him, and shock won't let him heal. So, yeah, 56 banners, kind of weird and awkward. Got the undersize. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like we could have done a lot better somehow, so I'm just not sure. So in the back, it's like if we can clear fleets efficiently, we're going to be good, and then we can go have our fun with Mothra. So that's what we're going to do. We've got home one against this. What is it? Is it Tarkin or Thrawn? I forget. I think this is Thrawn actually. So you just embrace the clench. That's what this is. If you can get enough assists from the Falcon early on, then you're good. You just take out that bomber. If you can't, and bomber gets a turn, it starts getting dicey. Their gauntlet was horrifyingly bad. Just I think gear 7 and 8 or something on the two characters in there. So look at this. Once again, folks, we've got Marauder giving us the middle finger once again, but we got Cassian in right on time. 67 banners. It's just kind of funny. It's like I'm gonna get a bad banner score here because I've failed a couple attacks, but at the same time, some of my attacks have been super efficient. So kind of just a weird match overall. So that we've got this home one fleet, but there's no Biston Ewing here. So you can take Finalizer. Once again, Malevolence is going unused. Pretty weird situation because I don't love Malevolence on defense necessarily. Not alongside the Negotiator. I'm gonna have to start playing around with some fleet comps here though. So we're once again you just put the Hunters thing on the Falcon. This is only a 6-star Rebel Y-Wing, so not really sure what happened there. You gotta farm that thing as soon as you can, folks. It's an important thing to farm. And otherwise, yeah, we were able to just kill the Falcon right away. You guys can go back if you want and just see how I did it. It's pretty standard. You do a basic with Silencer to stun, then have the Special Forces type pilot call the assist from Silencer and kill the Falcon, and that's that. Then you have a moment of clench where you think maybe you're going to lose some ships or something, but at the end of the day, it's just not a big deal. Like to bring Cad Bane here as reinforcements, just to call. Everyone calls Silencer for assists, and that's that. So 62 on the correct side of the line of shame, which is 60, and now we can try Bo-Katan against this Mothra team. So check out this Mothra team here, guys. Let me pause it. Yeah, okay. So count how many Rebel fighters do you guys count here? And the answer is 1. Cara Dune is a Rebel fighter. Everyone else are Rebels, but they're not Rebel fighters. They don't have all this synergy, so they don't all assist each other. Mothra can't revive them. They're all relict, and they're all okay modded, but at the end of the day, the only character that's really a threat here is Cara Dune. So we're going to go in with Bo-Katan. I'll show you guys my squad here. So we've got relics on all these characters. Jango is 5. I think Sabine is 4. Canderous is 5. Armor is 2 or 3. And I don't know what Armor really should be doing here. I've decided to just do an Armor shred here. The idea is for Canderous to eventually You want to put the 3 on him. You want to put a stack of 3 on Canderous. Oh yeah, we put the armor shred on Kara. You put so when Canderous takes a turn, and they're not all clocked for this, so I'm being a little awkward once again. But the idea is once armor applies the 3rd stack to Canderous, then he's going to be taunted. Then he can go and taunt, and then they have to hit him. He can taunt using Bo-Katan's lead ability. You can taunt him, and then... Oh man, could you guys see that? Hold on, this is so beautiful. Let's try to rewind it just a minute. It's just too fun. But eventually Canderous is taunting, and they have to hit him, but he gets retribution from those stacks, is what I'm trying to say here. So, all right, let's actually live in the real world though. So we're trying to focus down Cara Dune here, and I didn't want them to all hit me back, and in reality, they don't really all have... none of them have retribution, so I could have done that. Decided to just do as many hits as I could. Canderous, he's indifferently modded. You know, offense and everything, that's fine, but otherwise, nothing too crazy. And now, we're waiting for Cara Dune to be brought back by either Mothra or Captain Han. We put Stagger from Sabine on everyone, and then Bo-Katan, I did clock them to go back-to-back, so then Bo-Katan goes, dazes everyone, and triggers that stagger, so everyone loses turn meter. Pretty cool stuff. Now we can set them all on fire. Sabine can't be revived because Jango, and Leia died of sadness, so that's cool. And I guess we'll kill Captain Han and call it good. So 58 banners there with the Bo-Katan team. Against that, I wouldn't call that a standard. I think you'd struggle against most Mothma teams, but this one afforded us the opportunity to just kind of hang out. So, yeah, we got 2080 as our score, and I thought maybe my opponent would attack still, but they couldn't clear the fleet, so they weren't going to win, and in reality, they just declined to attack. No idea if they had teams available left. They probably had to clean up my front zone with other good teams and decided they couldn't full clear 2 more Galactic Legends in the back, so there's that. Anyways, folks, I think we're going to call it good. This has gone on for just slightly over half an hour, and I hope you enjoyed the attacks. The Mothma team, stay tuned. I'm going to have to shelf that comp for a little bit, I think, because it's not working. I have to figure out why. So I put Tenacity on him, we'll see. But it's an ongoing discovery. My next opponent's really skilled, so we'll have to see how that goes. They also place General Grievous, so who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll get to see Mothra fail a 4th time out of 6 this season. But we're going to call it good, as I threatened earlier. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.